Hi Perfume Network, this is Alia from Swiss Arabian and I'll be answering your questions. What's one childhood memory that you would love to encapsulate in a perfume bottle? This one is very interesting because I remember sometimes we'd go home from school and then we'd go to the office where my dad used to sit and work on Swiss Arabian new launches and perfumes. And I remember smelling a lot of different notes and it's at the back of my head. It's like a memory. So a lot of oud, a lot of traditional notes as well. And that's something that I think maybe I would love to have a perfume with that fragrance one day. For someone who has no idea about Swiss Arabian, what's the best fragrance they can blind buy? I would say Essence of Casablanca. I think that one has been our bestseller for many years. It's a universally loved fragrance. It has, it's a bit fruity. It has caramel, it has grapes, it has apple, it's unisex. So it can work for you whether you're a man or a woman. And I think it's just a beautifully made fragrance and universally loved. So yeah, Essence of Casablanca. With brands inspiring each other, what is something unique that Swiss Arabian has come up with? I love this question. I think that it's always really nice to be inspired by others, and not just in the perfume industry, but the world itself. You can learn so much from each other. At Swiss Arabian, we are doing creations with our fragrances now. So we're being very creative. One of our most recent launches, Vanilla 01, is I think a beautiful fragrance. It's a vanilla with cappuccino and white florals and musk. And it's something that we were like, we want a sophisticated vanilla. So let's do something that isn't necessarily available in the market, but our take on what a sophisticated vanilla would smell like. And so yeah, that's what we're doing at Swiss Arabian now, is just coming up with creative ideas and being unique in the market. Okay, next. What is Swiss Arabian's most iconic fragrance and what inspired the founding of Swiss Arabian in 1974? Wow, okay, so our most iconic fragrance till date is the original golden bottle one. It was really the fragrance that elevated the brand. It really changed the brand. It made us go global. I remember speaking to so many different people around the world, and they say that their first, not just Swiss Arabian fragrance, but their first Middle Eastern Arabian fragrance was Sharaf Oud. I think that one is an OG. And what inspired Swiss Arabian? So it was started by my grandfather 50 years ago, so in 1974. It was a brand that was founded based off love for perfumes. So my grandfather always tells us the story of how he was growing up watching his mom make and perfume at home. That was a tradition back in the day, and it still is in the Arabic culture. And so he was inspired by perfume. He's always been passionate about perfume. And then he moved to the UAE from Yemen about 51 years ago now. And he said that he wants to create something that can remind him of his mother and his family and all those traditions. And that's how Swiss Arabian started. One advice for the 20-year-old girl watching this video who wants to start a perfume empire. I think that if I could give any advice, I would say write down your goals. I've always found it useful to write things down on paper. Like when I write things down, I know that I'm aspiring to be that person and that version of myself. And it doesn't happen the first try. It takes a lot of failures. It takes a lot of trying. Don't give up. And I think the world of perfumery is so beautiful. So if you're passionate and if you do it with love, there's really no reason for you to not succeed. So just keep going and you'll find your way in this industry and you'll find your place. Okay, what is the biggest lie in the modern commercial perfumery right now that nobody wants to say on record? What is the biggest lie? I think that only expensive perfumes means quality. You can have, affordable fragrances that also have very high quality, and you can have very niche, expensive perfumes that may not necessarily translate into quality. So I think it's consumers' perception of price equals quality. That's not necessarily always the truth. And I think that's a misconception. Okay, what's the first decision that you made in the company that people older than you hated and you did it anyway? This is funny. I think one thing I will give credit for is my dad's my boss, and he's actually a very cool boss. He gives me a lot of freedom to do what I want. So I have a vision, I have like a creative direction that I want to do with certain campaigns and certain launches, and he really supports me. But I do remember when I first started working, I wanted to do an event. And he was like, why do we need to do events? Like events, like what are we gonna achieve from that? What's the sale? And I was like, just trust me. But he did. So he's been very trusting. And yeah, he gives me a lot of freedom, which is great. Okay, for someone who is buying perfumes for the first time, what are some of the things she should look out for? I think going back to the quality and the price thing. So high price does not equal high quality, and vice versa. Like low price doesn't mean bad quality. And I think when you're blind buying, especially now with the e-commerce world growing so rapidly, when you're blind buying perfumes online, look for the notes that you know you love and that have worked for you, because everyone has different skin chemistry. So if something smells good on me, that doesn't necessarily mean that it smells good on you. So look for things that you know smell good on you. And, build a community, find an influencer or a content creator or somebody who knows about perfumes that you trust, and, listen to what they have to say. And yeah, just go by your gut. Okay, last question. If you were not doing perfumes, what would you be doing? I think I would be a teacher. I've always admired teachers. I think it's just such an amazing, rewarding job, being able to educate someone and really like giving them knowledge, and then they pass that on through their whole life, through generations. I think that's super rewarding. So yeah, being a teacher.
I'm here with
Aromatics.
Can you break down the outfit for us?
Oh yeah, of course. So I've got